I'm waiting to see. Hold on. Okay. I'm making sure with that delay. But hey. So I was gonna say who I already see in the chat, and then I'll get started. So this is from last night because I was supposed to be live last night. My bad, my bad. Oh, hold on. Hey, Pat Dyer. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. Pat Dyer was here last night. Hey, Lois Hardy. She said, I will never fly United again. Yes, Lois. Hey, T. Rena, Leia's grandma plus one, American born, Betty Mack, Jody C, Sharon Godbolt, Kim Jones, Gigi, Miss Lady One with the Virgo Lips, Hill 75, Angela Jean, Kat, Demi, hey Demi, Miss E Barstar from the Shy Pink Hearts, hey. Okay, let me tell y'all this story about, sorry, I'm trying to keep my space in here. Try some of everything on my desk. Okay, let me tell y'all about United Airlines, my experience. And as I put in my description, this is a very biased take. Okay, it's not objective. It's not meant to be objective. It's what I experienced, and I don't want to fly with them anymore. It just is what it is. Hey, one doubler. So, okay, I need y'all to take my notes so I wouldn't get too sidetracked. So I booked my United Airlines flight for this cruise back in mid to late October. Everything was good to go. I don't even know. I don't think I had flown with United Airlines until this time. And after all this, honestly, I still haven't flown with them. That's the point. I don't even know what their planes are like. So I bought my plane ticket mid to late October. Let me take these glasses off. Nah, because then my little blind self ain't gonna be able to see the comments. Never mind. Never mind. Put them back on. Put them back on. So my flight was supposed to take off December 29th. Which I would have been able to go to Auntie Estette's kickoff. So I had an early morning flight for December 29th. Um, Hold on. Okay, so I had to wake up in the morning at about 3 something. And I was honestly about to be posting in my Instagram stories as I was going through it a lot more, but I was like, I'm still going through it, and I don't think I feel stable enough to go through this as it's happening. I'm gonna have to wait till most of it happens because yeah, I didn't feel good. I was like, they're gonna see me like actually the stages of breaking down if I do that. So let me just wait. Let me wait. So I woke up at 3 something that morning. First thing I see is a text that says your flight has been canceled. And I'm thinking it's a spam text because when something happens and it makes you develop a sense of urgency, I'm always cautious. Like, did this come from the actual company or was this a spam, or because if they cause panic, you're more likely to make a bad decision. So that's why I'm like, okay, what is this? But then I checked the app and it really was canceled, and I was like, so I wake up Mr. Trending because he's taking me to the airport. And I wake him up. I said, my flight's been canceled. And he was like, what? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's really been canceled. And I've never woken up to a flight being canceled before. That's new for me. And so I'm screenshotting things and still trying to figure it out. I'm trying to call customer service, and at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock in the morning, they already have a 2 hour wait time, a 2 hour hold time. So we were like, at this point, well, first I started looking at flights. No, I went to their own app and their website to look for just another flight with United Airlines at a later time of the day. I had wiggle room for that day because it was a 6 o'clock in the morning flight. So I'm like, oh, okay, fine, United Airlines, just put me on the next flight of the same day. There was no flight for that same day. There was no flight. Maybe there was a flight for the next day this time around, but there was definitely no flight for the same day. It was the one I was going to be on was the only flight that would head to Texas. So we drive to the airport. He and I drive to the airport because it's like, well, maybe we can at least talk to an agent to just make sure and see, or what are they doing? What's the alternative? Stand in line. We didn't cut. We just stood in line, get to the front desk, and the first person, it was a guy. And I was like, I need to check on what I can do because this is saying our flight's canceled. And he's like, okay, but we have to get the people through that are able to fly out, like from I guess a different flight, not to Texas. I said, okay. So I stood to the side. I waited. Everybody went through. I waited. So then it's my turn again. This time I go up to a woman. So the first guy was a white guy. The second time was a black woman, and I walk up to her and I'm like, "Ma'am, I just need help. I wake up, my flight's canceled. I don't know what to do." And she was like, "Yeah, flight's canceled. You can try another airport." I'm like, "You skipped to trying another airport? Hey, Simone, you skipped to y'all don't do. We can get. I don't know what's normal for airlines, but I just felt like it was extreme to tell me to go to another airport. Like airports come a dime a dozen, because I don't know where that is. I don't know where that happens. Where it's just like, oh yeah, duh, let me drive to another airport to get on your airline at the other airport that is so close together. It's like, why did I think of that? Like that's what it felt like. So I was like, okay, another airline, and she just basically stared at me. So we had to walk away, you know. It was what it was. So you just got home yesterday. I got home yesterday too, Simone. I just got home yesterday too. Yesterday afternoon. Like three. Well, the flight got in at like 3 something. I got home probably about 4 something. Lay right in that bed. That was, girl. But I'm gonna talk about the good parts too. But United, I always say count your days. Thank you for subscribing, Bloody Waves. Count your days. That's what I always say. Like StreamYard. StreamYard made me mad. I was like, count your days, StreamYard. But anyway, okay. So I get back home. It is now 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, possibly from the driving. We're playing. Of course, we're paying toll on that time, at least on the way there. And then I don't remember if we paid toll on the way back, but either way it go, we driving back home. Now this is where I lose Mr. Trendon because he made plans that were after I was supposed to be off the ground. So there was nothing he could do. He had made those plans as I knew my fly out date for months. So he's probably made those plans for, I say in the last week or so, because what it was is he was building a computer for these 2 little boys. The mom bought them a custom built computer. So he built a computer for them. They like Minecraft and Fortnite. And he built them a little customized computer, put their little initials on there. They got all the little gaming stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. So he was driving to a far part of our state to meet the family. He ended up also helping them with setup. He helped them even with stuff that had nothing to do with the computer, but it was just like their internet type stuff. And he was like really trying to help them and everything. But either way, he was not available after my first flight. He had already told me he had made these plans and stuff, so it's not like I didn't know. But I was like, oh my god, I was so mad, y'all. I was mad at the airline. I was mad that this had to be the day. So he takes me back home. He's getting ready. He's packing up that computer that he built for that family. He stayed with me until I confirmed I got another flight, but now we're adding money because a round trip flight is less expensive when you book ahead of time than when you book a one-way or round trip the same day that you need a flight. So it's already more money no matter what. So, but he makes sure I have a flight confirmed. He just can't take me to the airport. So before he left, he knew I had another flight. But the flight was in late afternoon, early evening is when the flight was going to take off. So I booked that flight. It's a one-way only. And I'm glad I did that because I wasn't even thinking about just the first half of my flight was canceled. I still had the other way to get home, which we'll talk about. But at the time, I had the option to still get home. So I didn't want to waste more money. So I had the one way through American Airlines. American Airlines is who I had bought my one way from. And this is where I try not to do too much because Quishiba was hosting a cruise. I'm like, I already know she's probably getting so many messages. I know she is, but I was like, let me just send my screenshots and tell her the status. So I told her that first flight got canceled. I have a one-way booked to get to Texas. There's a little bit of delays that's showing with the new flight, but I do have another flight booked. And she was, this is when she was just saying in general, she was like, if you can, just get the big planes. the smaller planes, this is what happens. Because y'all don't know, but for the ones that was flying out there, y'all knew there was severe weather on the way there, and then it happened to be severe weather on the way back too. But the other airlines didn't cancel. It was just United Airlines that canceled. Um, so American Airlines, of course, has the Airbus, so they had a flight. So I get to the airport. No, I wait. I'm just waiting and waiting at home because the flight was 8 plus hours that I was gonna have to wait at the airport, and I was like, I'll just go back home and get an Uber to the airport. So now, of course, there's an Uber cost, but also the other alternative was, if you want to be able to use the restroom in your own house, there's little things that you kind of have a trade off on, just being comfortable for 8 more hours before the plane may take off. All these things. So, and then I'm like, what if I give them my bags in the morning and then they cancel, um, and then they cancel their flight, and now it's like I still gotta go through this whole process, but I've been stuck at that. I had to learn the hard way by being stuck at the airport for 8 more hours. I was like, I'll be at home and they can tell me from home if they're canceling the flight. So that's why I went home. So then I get in that Uber ride, and I told y'all during the get ready with me, because y'all know I did make it to Texas, that the Uber driver was doing the most. He was doing the most. I'm asking God for a sharper tongue in the moment sometimes, just to have people please stop. Because if y'all were in the get ready with me, he was telling me he assumed I wasn't married. He picked me up in front of the house with, and I know that's a stereotype, but it was a very masculine vehicle out there, multiple vehicles out in front of my house. He picks me up in front of the house, but he still assumes I'm not married. Well, you know what? I don't wear a ring, so that I'll give him, even though he saw that. I still would have thought he was like, there's a man involved here somewhere. But me and my husband don't wear wedding rings. We'll have another talk about that another day. But we just don't wear wedding rings. We haven't done it since we were 18. So that's just our life. Everybody lives how they want to live. That's y'all business. That's y'all business. Okay, but 18, I was just like, look, I'm not about to be trying to keep up with jewelry. I'm about to lose. And we have a very small budget at 18, so I can be over here like, I'm sorry, I lost it. No, let's just not. But anyway, so I'll give him that. Maybe he didn't see the ring, but it was a very masculine vehicle in the driveway. So he picks me up, and he is already starting. Let me, hold on, I got stupid notification in the front of my thing. Okay. And then I have a name that inspires certain types of conversations, because the name outside of me has its own little conversation starter reputation. So that got him going too. So I'm in the back. He does help me put my bag in the trunk. I appreciate that. And now I'm in the back. Then I got to find out he got a wife and kid in the DR. He got 2 houses in the DR. I know how much he paid for the houses. He said I look like I'll fight if I need to. I'm gonna find a good man, and if he wasn't already married, he did me. He would have shot his shot if I wasn't already married. Well, he didn't know I was married, so technically he was shooting a shot. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, and only if you've been in these situations and you're not already, because I'm actually not a fighter. I don't know where maybe if I'm about to have to fight for my life, I can turn to a fighter. I'm not a fighter by nature. So unless you're already that type of rah-rah person, you usually let people assume what they assume, and you're like, when is this ride gonna be over? So that's where I was. So if that's my personality. You could tell me I shoulda, woulda, couldas, but I know my actual personality, and I'm not even gonna pretend like I would have done otherwise. So I'm in the back letting him make his assumptions. I try to keep steering the conversation to something like more professional, like I'm studying for the LSAT. Stuff like that. I don't want you as a partner. But you have to be very careful, because men can take offense if you, and I'm in the car by myself, and depending on how they are, they take offense and they get real weird. They get very weird. So I was just like, we're gonna ride this out to the airport. He can talk his noise. I'm in the back seat. It is what it is. But he thought his money was for sure catching me. He really did, because he picked me up in a Tesla. And I'm like, that's cool. Happy for you. I told him, I said, I did say, you better respect your wife, though. Like, you better be treating her right. And I don't know how he could say in one breath he was treating her right, but also he was still hitting on me. Like, I'm like, well, obviously you don't. Because I'm like, how many other people do you pick up that, you think look nice and then you start hitting on them and stuff? But he was like, I would have shot my shot. He was like, I might not have everything here, but and he's basically talking about finances and stuff. I'm like, oh, Lord. If this flight had taken off on time, I wouldn't be dealing with this right now. Oh my God. So I'm just letting him go. I saw the tour of his house in the DR. Um, and then it's also funny because these are not my mannerisms, but I think I told y'all Melody's lip liner made me look like I was trying to be a baddie or something because he took on mannerisms that aren't even mine. Because he was like, okay, because if you was traveling for another reason, he was like, I'd have to drive you to Texas myself. He did all these. I'm like, I like he's assuming so much. But I'm like, that's not even my mannerisms. Like, I don't even do that. Like, maybe if I'm playing with y'all, I might do it. And I don't know if y'all have ever seen me do it. I'm not saying it's a never, but I know it's not my default. In fact, before he told me he had a wife in the DR, I thought he was on the other team because he was doing it so much. I didn't realize he was trying to do that to maybe relate to what he thought I was like. So when I was like, I'm glad I didn't almost make my own assumptions and say something out loud. If you Oh, Rose said, if you have and you're a sweetheart, you don't bother nobody. Thank you, sweet Rose. He reminds me of the character in the Courtney Country Wayne skits. Which Country Wayne skit? I love some Country Wayne. I don't know. I don't know which dude though. You have to tell me. Demi, you have to point it out to me. Which skit? Give me just one of the skits. I need to know because I like Country Wayne. Hey Terry T baby. Hey IPV. So finally we get to the airport, and I'm telling y'all, he was so much that I thought he was gonna be like, what's your Instagram? That's what I thought. But he didn't ask me my Instagram because I was gonna have to tell him no. But I would be getting out the car at that point so I could say no and run. No, I'm not giving you no contact. The only thing you see is whatever you saw when you picked me up in this Uber, and that's where it stops. So get to the airport. Thankfully, so who was that? Matthew. I ended up flying. This is the first one way. I ended up flying American Airlines. That was my backup one-way flight, was American Airlines. They did just fine. I was, if y'all don't check it, I always check. I didn't always use this particular app, but this is the app I'm using now, FlightAware. And it lets you look at where your plane is, not just when it's flying while you're in it, but you can go to see where is it and where is it heading until it gets to you. So that helped me know that it only had that one delay and no more delays, my American Airlines flight. So I was just sitting there waiting, and and Queen Sheba did write me back. She was checking on me. If y'all were there for the get ready with me, y'all know that she had checked on me. And later on the cruise, I think it was on the cruise ship, she said, trending, she said, I tried to like just be real calm with you because I felt like if I sent you too much energy or something happened, you would have been like, F it. I'm not going. And I'm gonna tell you what, and I told y'all on that get ready with me, it was only because it was the Queen Sheba cruise that I pushed through and was like, I'm going to do my best. I will not have there would have been no other way I could have made it by the time I don't make it. So I was like, I'm going to get on this ship. If it's up to me, I'm getting on this ship. So, but yeah, normally I had cruise protection. Shoot, I would have been like, cancel, get my money back, cancel, get my money back for this. It was definitely because of because it was Queen Sheba's cruise. It was definitely. So take that flight, and so I missed out on Auntie Estette's kickoff party. I think it was around 7 p.m. I didn't make it to my hotel until after 11 something at night. I was so tired. But the Uber driver from the airport to the hotel, he was nice. He was originally from Iraq. He flies to Dubai either once a year or every other year. Now mind y'all, on my Uber app, I do put quiet. Like nobody ever has to talk to me. Like I I prefer if they didn't because I don't know what I'm gonna get. But his conversation stayed very not professional, but very. I'm not trying to hit on you. So it was a nice ride. He was saying that if you can at least once try to do the Disney cruise, stuff like that. It was very platonic and okay. So I was okay with him. He was actually going to go celebrate with his friends that he hadn't seen in like 10 years. They were going to go do a barbecue at like one of these, some, I can't remember what city in Texas now, but they were going to go do their thing. They had done it once before. So that was really nice. And he said, telling y'all, if you ever go to Dubai, it's a one-time thing. He said, it ain't nothing in Dubai like that. Like it is for the one time, but then you're gonna get bored and it's just expensive and that's it. Like, don't waste your time trying to do repeat trips to Dubai. So that's my thing back to y'all since he's there. um oh, also the doggone kids kicking the back of my seat. Oh my god. Okay, I already told y'all. Just go back to get ready with me with the kids stuff. But I'm like, but anyway, my other thing, the other side to this is I do believe in if something gets canceled, I probably avoided something else that could have happened. Like maybe I would have landed, then I would have been in a car crash, or I would have, you know what I mean? It could have been something else. So I don't regret how things worked out. I'm glad to be out of the situation, and I'm still not flying United if I can help it. But I'm also going to be like, I don't know also what I missed out on that protected me. That's how I look at it. So then y'all know about the cruise, because we talked about the cruise a different day. Now it's time to fly back home. Well, we get off the cruise ship. I had a hotel for the first night, and I was going to fly back the next day, which would have been January. I got my notes. January 4th is when we got off the cruise ship, I believe. And I was staying at the hotel for the night. And the hotel was nice. I was telling Dana, one of the Danas, this is the Cardi B Dana, because she looks like Cardi B to me. So I am remembering her name, but if I never do, if I actually accidentally forget again, I'm calling her Cardi B, which I asked permission, and she said it's okay. But what was I saying with her? God dog it. I said all that, then I forget how she plays a role in this part. Oh, I had dinner with her that night that I stayed at the hotel, January 4th. So I got to have dinner with her. That was nice. And I forgot to get a picture, but that was nice. So shout out to you, Dana. So in my hotel, oh, I know we were joking about, we're about to give our hotel. She was at I was at Hilton Garden, she was at the Marriott. And we were like, we're gonna give these hotels 5-star reviews because now we're off the cruise ship, and it's the little things that matter again. Like you can stretch your arms out, and there's a real normal size shower again in the room. Nice big fluffy bed, stuff like that. So we were like, someone's gonna look at our review and think like this is like the best thing ever. They're like, this is a normal hotel room. Like, why did these people hype it up like that? So we were joking about that because we were just so happy to be like, you can stretch out again after the cruise ship. Happy New Year, Regal. Yvette said, right, God always has a reason to move things around. Yes, I agree. So, and the first time, because I was scared I wouldn't get on the ship. So that first time this happened, there was tears involved a few times. There were tears because I'm like, the whole experience is getting on that ship. So anyway, back at the hotel after the whole cruise, and I realized I still had my round trip back because I almost bought another one-way ticket from Texas back to go back home. So I realized I still had my round trip. So I was like, okay, I didn't waste money because that would have been stupid to get that ticket, and I already have a ticket to get back. The round trip is United Airlines. So January 4th hotel, wake up January 5th. And this is where my friend comes in. Shout out to my friend. But my friend was like, if they happen to cancel your flight again, you can stay with me and then fly out the next day. And I was like, oh my God, thank you. Because it's such a risk, because now we're hearing about Arctic freezes, winter storms, all this stuff. So I'm like, it's a big possibility. So I had that peace of mind that my friend would let me stay with them. So thank God. Because I could then just observe. I could just wait to see what's happening. If I got to go home on the right day, that's even better because I get to see Mr. Trenton. If I didn't get to go home on that day, I had somewhere to lay my head that was comfortable. So I was very grateful for that. Um, so it's a couple, 3 or 4 hours out from the flight again. United cancels my flight back home. So I write my friend and say, they canceled it. I said, well, I sent a little list because I'm a list person. So I was like, United canceled. Um, I'm booking a one-way flight for the next day now. Um, what else did I say? Oh, and I that's at that point I did ask for a refund, obviously, from United because now there's no flights have happened. I was gonna fight for my half of my refund because I didn't get to fly out, but if I got to fly back, I was waiting to make sure I got back. But there's no flight at all now. I don't even know what a United Airline plane looks like. I know what it looks like from the internet, but I've never been on one. And so I hit the refund button. They said it'll take well you're owed a full refund. They said it'll take 20 business days to process the refund. 20 business days. So we'll see. Somewhere in between when I got my refund or asked for my refund and 20 business days, I'll get my money back. But here's the problem, and this is why I just can't take chances with United because I paid much more because again, I booked United in October. Now I'm getting same day one-way flights back at premium cost because guess what? All the other people also need a flight back. So I'm I I'm upset. I'm upset with them on that because it's like there's no way to make up for that. Kim said they're supposed to rebook you even if it's for another carrier. Well, the way the agent acted on my way there, she told me I could go to another airport, and there was no help from her. There was none. I did try to call the number. I was on hold forever again, so I don't even know what they would have said the second time. So here I am. I booked my own flight, paid for a separate extra flight, which it won't be an extra flight, but it'll still be a more expensive flight once I get my refund back from United Airlines. I'm home now, Rose. Right, almost a month. And if it's 20 business days, it could be about a month because no weekends, no holidays. So I let my friend know. They came and got me. I got to stay with them, and we had a ball. Now, as this is happening, I'm telling Papa Trendon, and of course, Mr. Trendon, he already knew my backup plan. Papa Trendon, I had to tell him because he was like, "Let me know when you get home." And I'm like, "Dad, I'm not home yet. I ain't home." And then he's like, "What you doing?" And I was like, "Well, I'm here." I said, but a friend offered for me to be able to stay with them, and he was like, "Okay, well, call me when you get settled in." And so, when I got settled in, I did call him on speakerphone, and he was like, oh, "Okay," because I let him talk to my friend. He was like, oh, "Okay," because all she kept saying was her friend, her friend. And he was like, "I didn't know what's going on with my baby girl." So they were laughing. It was funny. It was so funny. I'm like, I promise I'm good there. He was like, "Yeah," because I don't know if somebody had your phone and just texted me talking about you okay and you stayed with somebody. I'm like, I get it. So yeah, I let him know I was good. Regal says, I have not flown with United and American Airlines in over 20 years. They are trash. I fly Southwest most of the time. Rose said these companies get on my nerves taking so long on a refund, but 3 seconds to take money off your account. Right, Rose. Right. You barely hit the submit button. That money is gone. Um, and this is why it's subjective. And like I said, my opinion is biased because Regal says she loves Southwest. So so American Airlines was the airline I chose to go back for my one way as well. And they made it back with no problems. But again, before I got to that point and booked American Airlines, I looked again to see another option from United Airlines for that day or the next day. I was like, I'll take the same day or next day. They didn't have anything till 2 days later. So I gave United Airlines a chance to still get me home. They had nothing. It was literally it skipped dates until it got to the 2 days later. So I'm done. I'm done with United Airlines. Huh? Okay, I'll let you know. We found a new stir fry place for me. He don't eat stir fry, but he found it for me, and I want to go. I want to go get something there. So, all right. So Find a new flight. Oh, but let me tell you what. Once I got to my friend's house, I was like, if it wasn't for Mr. Trenton waiting for me back home and I missed him, I'd have been like, how long can I stay? I'll just book a flight whenever. I just want to stay. It was so nice at my friend's house. It was so nice. So I would have stayed. I would have been like, how many days until I run out my welcome? Because now you got to be stuck with me, okay? But no, I appreciate them so much. Oh my gosh. It was so, I mean, when I tell you, it was so nice. Oh my gosh. I might have to share that story with y'all another time. But peace and protection over my friend. Peace and protection. It was so nice. So January 5th, no, January 6th is now when I flew back home. American Airlines got me home just fine. So my first choice, because I'm used to flying with them, is American Airlines. Then my second choice, even breaking even for me, is Delta and Southwest. But moral of the story, fly where they have big planes, because these small planes, they don't be making it. It literally has to be clear skies and great weather, and that's just that's not life, because it's even the flyover states, like, you know what I mean? It's not even the state you're leaving and then getting to. So just take the big plane airlines if you can. Please, because, Oh, thank you, Sweet Rose. Hi, Cuban Smith. How are you? Let me see. IPV said, my goodness, what's wrong with American Airlines? No, that was United Airlines that messed me over, IPV. American Airlines did fine by me. That was United. Hey, Sharon Guybo. Yes, I made it back home yesterday. I was going to update y'all yesterday. I was tired. I barely woke up to tell y'all, oh my God, y'all, I'll see y'all tomorrow, because I can't do it tonight. So, yeah. But that is why I will not do United Airlines. No, it have to be life or death. They're the only ones, and literally there is no choice. There is no other choice. Otherwise, United Airlines, count your days. No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. But all right, that's my lunch break time, so I'm gonna get off of here. That was the United Airlines story. Be looking out, because I'm gonna have a live for y'all on the things I wish I had taken on the cruise and the things I'm glad I had and then I saw other people have. So yeah, so I'll do one for that, so y'all can get ready for this next Queen Sheba cruise or whatever cruise y'all taking. I got some things I wish I would have done. So all right, y'all, I'll talk to you later. Bye.